Yeah, you don't want to go off the back, that's for sure.
Can I sit down?
Yeah, you can sit down. You can sit down. Start things off with that.
Hey, Bill. First question for you. Just what does it mean to add to the organization, to add players of this caliber into the pipeline?
Well, it's great. I mean, that was part of the plan when we started the tear down and the rebuild, is to have some players that could come in here that have some impact. And you know, you're a little nervous, I think, as a GM when you walk into that draft, because you know there's a lot of different scenarios coming our way, and we felt really good about the fact that Logan was there at 3 for us, and we were able to kind of move to get Conor, and then Maverick was our last one, where we moved up with Edmonton's pick, and it all worked out. I mean, you want to walk out of the draft with players that you love, not like, and we were able to do that at the draft.
Logan, Conor, Maverick, how's your experience been in Arizona so far?
You guys got this one.
Yeah, I mean it's been a great experience so far. Getting used to the heat a little bit, but you know, I got to room with Josh Doan a little bit, and he's been telling me a little bit about Arizona, so it's been great to hear from him.
It is nice. So definitely I heard about a lot of the heat, but it's something I like. Try to get used to it sometimes, but it's nice just being here, seeing all the facilities, seeing all the players, the coaches, the staff. Getting to know everyone too, so it is nice. It's a nice experience too, and just getting to know everyone too is nice.
Just one more for me right now. What do you hope to take away from this week, and have you had a chance to catch up with any of the players who've done this before and been to development camp before?
Not really. I think just, you know, kind of soaking it all in from, you know, all the skills coaches here, the nutritionists, the, you know, strength and conditioning coaches. So yeah, like I said, just trying to soak it all in and, you know, learn from this experience.
Yeah, I think for me, rooming with Ben McCartney is pretty cool to me, being a Manitoba boy and all that. You know, he's gone through it. He knows what it takes. One of the hardest workers I've known and played against. So, and again, like Bill always says, you got tons of resources here. A very special place, and looking to use them all.
I think like Logan said, just it's all new for us. It's all a new process. We're not used to that, so just starting to know how everything works, starting to know everyone, starting to like learn from everyone too. So I think it's just getting as much information as we can for now.
Hi, Logan. What's it been like, you know, just knowing that the Coyotes were really big on drafting you at number 3 overall, no matter what?
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, I thought, you know, once we were going through the, you know, combine process, I thought a, you know, really good connection with them, and, you know, that's a spot that, you know, I thought I could end up, and, you know, that's a spot I wanted to come to too, so I'm really happy the way it played out.
All right, Bill, I just wanted to, you know, ask you about one common denominator I've noticed, you know, throughout all of your picks is hockey IQ. Just tell us, you know, how important that was to you.
Well, that's a big thing for us. You know, there's obviously physical ability that each of these young men have, but they also can think the game. And if you want to win a championship, I've always felt when the pressure's on, you got to make the right play. You need hockey sense to do that. So I think our scouting staff does a really good job with that. That's one of the first criteria that has to be met as we pick players and even talk about players is their hockey sense. So it's if you want to win, it's a huge factor.
And this is, you know, for the rest of you guys. What's the last couple of days been like for you? I know it's been a whirlwind from, you know, wanting to get drafted, getting drafted, then coming out here and now getting on the ice.
Yeah, definitely been a crazy few days here. I think, you know, my parents are still celebrating back home and still thinking it's a dream. I'm right with them right now, so it's just been, you know, such a fun time, and, you know, it's something I've been dreaming of my whole life, so I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, I'll just say this day hasn't been fun, but yeah, like I said, it's pretty cool just to come here and, you know, like Logan said, I'm still living the dream. You know, when it comes to the Arizona heat and meeting all the staff and everything, it's super surreal. And like he said, your parents, everyone's super happy at home. I can't wait to go back and see them, but right now I'm just, like everyone said, living the dream and having fun in Arizona.
Well, it's definitely been the best day of my life, that's for sure. Couldn't keep my emotion. When I heard my name, I think everything shut down around me. I couldn't realize it at first, but just being here it's actually amazing. So it's a dream we've all had since we're kids. So being here is just incredible.
And now, having said all that, how nice is it to just get on the ice and be in a situation where you could control instead of waiting to see what happens?
Yeah, for sure. It's something that I've been looking forward to since coming to Arizona, is to skate with all the other prospects and the people that have been invited to this camp and getting to know everyone. So I'm really looking forward to getting out there.
Well, this way I'm not gonna be able to go on the ice. So I'll just try to watch the guys, try to learn and see what the coaches do. So let's say the rookie camp when I'm gonna come back to be the best as I can.
Yeah, obviously super excited just to kind of get on the ice with everyone, right? You meet their faces, so I guess it'll be fun to play with them, play against them, and just excited to see what everyone's got.
Sorry, one more. Maverick, you mentioned that this is all new, and Bill mentioned usually there's only one, maybe two, but there's three of you. What has it been like to be able to go through this together and kind of lean on each other during this new experience?
I think it's been pretty nice too. So I didn't know those guys. I knew Geekie a bit because from U18 camp in Canada or from Top Prospect game, but Logan I didn't know him. So just meeting definitely some great players and some great people too. So starting to make new relationship, make new friends too. So that's what I think is nice too. We have something in common. We're both drafting. We're drafting in the first round. So just meeting those guys is pretty nice too.
Yeah, I think like Mav said, that you meet new people, right? Never met Logan, obviously heard of him, and I think we became just good friends. Mav, I've played against him. Let's just say he was a pain in my butt a little bit. But again, it's always fun, right? You meet new people, you get along with everyone, and I guess you could say shoulder to lean on, right? We've kind of gone through it. We all said it was pretty surreal, so now I think we got our future ahead of us, and it's good to have these two beside me.
Yeah, just kind of what they both said. It's been nice to have a shoulder to lean on. Having two other guys go through this process with you, and both being pretty high picks too, is pretty special. And I'm really happy to have them alongside me.
Clayton, have you talked to Clayton? I know you guys share the same agent, but have you guys had a communication or any conversations after you got picked?
Yeah, he said texted me after congratulations and just talked about Arizona a little bit, and just looking forward to having maybe the chance to play with him would be pretty special. He's a guy that I like to watch quite often, so yeah, to get a text from him meant a lot for me.
And Conor, obviously the Coyotes love what they saw with you. They traded up to get you. Just how much does that mean to you for them to believe in you?
Yeah, I think it's something that it's hard to put words into it, right? I've always loved Arizona. Just hearing about them, I used to play with them, on NHL games, anything like that, because they had the nice jerseys. But to think that you're able to put that on and just kind of see what they all did to trade up for me, I always knew we had a good connection, and I'm super thankful that we had that strong one.
Maverick, we got to ask about that video of your parents that went viral. What did you think of that?
I was waiting for that to come up, but after I got drafted, I was doing interviews and just people were asking me, "Did you saw what happened with your parents?" I'm like, I had no idea, so they just showed me, and it's it's kind of hard to say anything. They were happy, so that was the thing they did first, but I didn't know it could have blown up that much, but it's actually kind of fun. But I don't mind it, but it's pretty funny too. I would not say I see that all the times. I was a bit surprised when I saw the video, that's for sure.
Hey, Bill, when you went to Montreal, obviously center and defense were priorities. Did you have that as your number one goal? Because obviously you got two sitting up there and a pretty big defenseman.
Yeah, I think from my days of building teams, centers are probably the hardest to come by in the sense that they can have the biggest impact. And if you're a high-level center in the NHL, you're never getting traded for the most part. So we had a lot of success with Robert Thomas and, just adding guys like Ryan O'Reilly down the middle and Shen. They were hard to come by. We had to give up a lot to get those guys. And so I always kind of remember that when you're in the draft and you see somebody that you like that's in the center position that you think has a chance to be a number 1, number 2 center, they're first on your list. They make everybody better around them, and they're your engine and your team. So we were excited to get that, and obviously on the defensive side, that was to add some size back there and a little bit of grit, and it was huge for us. And I think that comes from my days again of building teams in St. Louis. With the Precos, Bertuzos, and the Jay Bomeisters, they take up a lot of space, and you need them to win. You need them to win in the playoffs. So we're happy with what we were able to acquire, and right now we'll take the next step. But I would say that we did key on that.
Over the years I've heard scouts, I guess, and different personnel talk about you can't have all of the same type of player.
Yep.
Well, you've got certainly 3 different physical types on the stage. Is that important moving forward as you build this group?
Well, for us, there's always been a size factor. I do believe in that. There's a lot of statistics that prove that right, but you still have to have your guys that can really change the game. And sometimes, we look at size and probably a little bit different. If you're powerful, if you're dynamic, that's also a great aspect to have too. So, but certainly you can see what we drafted at the 6'4", 6'7", 6'3", 6'2". There's definitely a lot of height and size we went after.
Bill, as far as this week's developmental camp, what are you looking for as an organization? Is it more teaching or less evaluation, or a combo? I mean, I know some guys won't be here in the fall for training camp, if going to college or some of the Europeans. So what do you look for this week with this group?
Well, there's a lot of teaching and learning for them. That's the biggest thing. It's not about evaluation as we're here. There's a lot of life lessons. I always say this, and I said this in my speech last night. The odds are the majority of people in this room won't play in the NHL. So to put those odds in your favor, you need to put all the knowledge in this room and learn from it to put the odds back in your favor. So it's one of those things that if we can get them to slowly absorb about the nutrition, about the work ethic that we want, what we expect about developing your skill and your strength, it'll pay huge dividends down the road for them. It doesn't always come at one development camp, but if we can plant seeds with them and help them grow through it, and every year they get a little bit better. We're standing here 3 or 4 years later, a lot of these guys will have played in the NHL.
And finally, just Logan, a human interest type story. Maybe the Arizona media didn't hear about how that you had little issues getting to Montreal, and your plane, your flight was canceled, and you guys were industrious. You rented, I believe, either a van or something, and drove 8 to 10 hours. How was that? Tell us about that trip.
So the night before our flight got canceled, and we rescheduled again, and that one ended up getting canceled too. So we had to rent this pretty ugly van. We had a good amount of family members with us too. So it worked out. I kind of slept the whole way too, so I don't remember too much of that part. But we got there safely and had the chance to enjoy the draft. So it went good.
That's awesome. All right, that's it for me. Thanks, guys. Congrats, and wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.